Good morning. This is Jonathan Harsh. This is for FT217 Modern Sporting Rifle, Week 2 assignment, and today's February 7th, 2026. So I just wanted to get a quick view of my layout here of my separated components. So here's everything laid out on the table. It's a little difficult to do here because I cannot see my camera. It doesn't flip. I left most of the smaller components in the bag, so I don't lose anything before I get to the actual work here. So now I am going to get to work on putting this thing together. I'm back with part 2. I got my gas rings here. So the purpose of the gas rings is to create the seal inside the bolt carrier group so that the gas doesn't escape, so that the recoil will begin. So it's a part in the cycle of function is unlocking. So it helps with the unlocking. Sorry. Then I got the bolt key. So the bolt key is also in unlocking because it mates with the gas tube, and the gasket comes into the gas key and is put into the chamber that houses the bolt itself, where the gas rings stop the gas from escaping, so it can start unlocking. Then I got the buffer. The buffer is to reduce recoil on the shooter, and also to provide the place for the bolt to sit against, so the spring doesn't get jacked up. And its purpose in the cycle of function, I guess it assists with locking. Or I guess it would be cocking first. Then I got charging handle, which doesn't serve any purpose in cycle of function. Once you charge it and have a round in the chamber, after that it shouldn't have any part in the cycle of operation. It's going to pull the bolt back, goes around the carrier key. Well, it has a hole for the carrier key, pulls on the notch on the top of the bolt to cock the gun, and then after that, it doesn't have a purpose in the cycle of function any longer. They got the bolt. The bolt itself, obviously the round, sits on the face here, compressing the ejector and getting grabbed on the rim by the extractor. Its purpose in the cycle of function, well, it itself unlocks from the star chamber, as I've come to know it as. And then the hammer was the other part that I got. So the hammer starts the whole cycle. So when it's cocked, squeeze the trigger, hammer starts the cycle of function. And then during the cocking phase, as the bolt carrier group glides back over, it pushes it back down and recocks the hammer, so it's ready for the next trigger squeeze. And I will see you in part 3. All right, for part 3, first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and clear it. I already have the bolt locked to the rear. I'm going to go ahead and look down, make sure I got nothing in my chamber, nothing on the face of my bolt. I have no magazine. I'm going to stick my finger in there, ensure there's nothing in there, and the firearm is cleared. So, cycle of function is going to be firing. You're going to squeeze the trigger. You're going to know when you do that, because obviously you're sending around out the end of the barrel. You're going to get some recoil. You will know for sure when that's happening. So that's firing. Unlocking. The bolt is going to come to the rear. Going to start coming to the rear. while the round itself is being grabbed by the extractor and pushed by the ejector, so that as it comes to the rear, when extracting, it will then eject the round out of the opening as soon as the round itself, or the face of the bolt, passes the opening in the magazine ejection port. Also, as it's coming back before it fully comes to the rear, the slot in the bottom of the BCG is going to be coming over top of the hammer, and as it hits the solid part of the BCG, as it passes over the hammer, it's going to cock the rifle again for the next shot. Once it comes back to the rear, it's going to be under spring tension from the buffer and buffer spring. It's going to start sending the bolt back forward. Going to strip around. So that's the feeding. And it's going to continue to push the round as the round hits the feed ramps. It's going to be chambered into the barrel. And the final piece of that is the bolt is going to come all the way behind the star chamber, and it's going to finish rotating with the bolt cam, and then it will be locked and ready for firing again.